Hello!
It is me.
And welcome back to Wheel Takes, a podcast returning from its longest and most unplanned hiatus ever. Also, it's about the Wheel of Time, a series of fantasy novels written by Robert Jordan and completed by Brandon Sanderson. My name's Gus, I've read all of them.
And I'm Allie, and I'm on book 12?
Yep.
Chapter...
Also 12.
12? Oh.
This podcast only contains spoilers for what Allie's already read, and today that's everything up to and including The Gathering Storm, Chapter 12. We've been gone for a minute. It's been a few weeks. It was not on purpose.
Has it been a couple weeks? No.
Yeah, our last episode was September 25th.
What?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's been quite a while. Our deepest and most sincere apologies. To be brief, my show ramped up into rehearsals that ate up our time. The show opened and I got sick. And then I had to be very, very cautious with the use of my voice because I was hoarse. And I could not be hoarse when I am performing in a play.
I regret that.
And now our studio is under construction. We are finally getting our studio back from Moldgate. So we're recording on a phone because everything else is covered in plastic.
Yep.
So, you know, the usual sort of wild and wacky world.
You know, we're doing our very best all the time,
But
every
we're
second of every day.
Here, we're back. We're excited to be here and to be back.
Plus, the chances of getting PD snores on camera has never been higher than right now.
That's true. We're just sitting on the floor. PD is on the couch behind us, and he's just snoozing. So you might hear PD snores. You might hear Beaker the cat screeching. You might hear, I don't know,
Mini snores.
She's probably asleep behind us too.
Yeah, all of our animals are kind of snoozing around us in a circle, so you might hear any one of them snoring at any time. We'll try to make sure to capture that for you.
Allie, this is what I need to know from you.
Uh-huh.
Where'd we leave off?
Ooh.
About a month ago.
Not a month ago.
3 weeks ago.
Not 3 weeks ago. Yesterday. We were with Rand.
No. I mean, yes, but not in his head.
Avienda. How could I forget?
That dude turned into lava.
And he shook his fist at the clouds.
He did. The old,
and this time,
old dragon yells at cloud.
Can I tell you, have you ever seen Billy on the street?
Yes. Billy Eichner, right?
Yeah, when he's being chased by all those women, followed by all those women, he's like, let's go lesbians, let's go lesbians, let's go lesbians.
Yes.
That's how I feel like Egwene was this episode.
Yeah, this is the Let's Go Lesbians
Let's go
episode.
lesbians, let's go lesbians, let's go lesbians.
Yeah.
And because I was like, okay, we've got our plant lesbian, we've got our book lesbian, we've got our chess lesbian, and then we've got the group of lesbians who are solving crimes. Mm-hmm. Being gay, doing crimes, and also solving crimes all at the same time.
Are you excited?
And then Egwene's hypocrisy episode as well.
It is
because
also
Egwene's like, how dare you do obedience oaths as if I have not done the exact same thing?
Well, admittedly, hers is semantically a little different because she didn't make them swear obedience on the oath rod, but she made them swear obedience, which is then affected by their other oath rod oath. So, you know...
So it's not that different.
It's not really different.
It's not different at all.
I don't know, fealty versus obedience, whatever. So...
Like, what is fealty if not obedience?
It's basically obedience.
Isn't the obedience kind of implied?
Pretty much.
It's like, fealty's like, you will have no work-life balance at this job.
If you believe Arganda.
If you have to swear fealty. Arganda is the worst character in these books.
No, it's Talonvor.
Okay, yeah, he's on there too. Yeah. But Arganda to me is like that middle manager who loves their job too much. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's never going to go to bat for you with the higher-ups, ever, when you need someone to advocate for you. He's just like, we need to think about the shareholders. We need to think about the bottom line. I will die at my desk for these shareholders. Will the shareholders notice I died? Not for 3 days. But I would die for them. Lay down my life for stocks.
Well, Al,
bonds.
we're going to pick it up here with chapter 12.
That's fucking Arganda.
Unexpected Encounters. There's the chapter logo.
It's
What's
Black-Aja.
Blaja.
The Blaja.
Do you have any notes?
I didn't take any because most of it was let's go lesbians.
Yes.
Let's go lesbians.
You are currently out of ADHD medication due to various
really
shortages.
Struggling right now.
So it's a day.
I asked my pharmacist I asked my psychologist to please send this, or psychiatrist, whatever, fucking A. Why are those words so similar? So I asked her to send and I know the answer, it's roots. But anyway, so I asked her to send it to a different thing because it said that it wasn't going to be ready until Thursday. And I was like, well, that's not going to work because I've been out forever. So she sent it to a different pharmacy without first confirming they had it.
That's too bad.
Now I'm indefinitely delayed.
That's not great.
So now I either have to get her to send it back to the other pharmacy. I'm in hell. I'm in literal hell.
Well, luckily...
And I switched to Adderall from Vyvanse, and now I'm like high as a kite.
Luckily, you're not Elida's captive.
I'm not high as a kite, but it makes my anxiety go insane.
Luckily, you're not Elida's captive, unlike some people.
Yeah.
Shall we dive right in?
We're just captive of our stupid fucking healthcare system.
Shall we dive right in?
Yes.
So
Diving.
It's an Egwene chap. She's having a terrible time. She's actually having an okay time, honestly. Like, I think in the grand scheme of things.
I mean,
she's doing
getting
all right.
her ass beat every day, but maybe she's getting
care
into that
much
at that
about
point.
that. Yeah, she's kind of moved past that.
She was like, you know what? That's just like a reality of... I yearn to have the radical acceptance that Egwene has of her circumstances. Like, Egwene read Radical Circumstances by Tara Brach and was
Radical acceptance?
What did I say?
Radical Circumstances.
Okay, that's not what I meant. Yes, Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach and was just like, got it, on it, read it cover to cover, did all the meditations inside.
Cool.
There are meditations inside.
I believe you. Well, she's thinking about how the tower should be stability and how fucked up it is that Rand is bonding Aes Sedai, and she's blaming him for that, even if he wasn't directly involved, because they're his men. So, fair. Then she thinks about how much she would like to kiss
sort
Gawain.
of unfair. And then, of course, she's like, we're a long way from, like, having never kissed, probably going to get married. Don't kiss till your wedding day times.
Keep focused, she told herself. Clean the patch of floor you're working on first before you move on to the rest of the house.
Now she's a dirty slut. No, I'm just...
What?
Making out with Gawain, sitting on his lap like a common strumpet.
Gawain could look after himself.
What would the village elders think? They'd beat her ass and she'd go, I'm used to this at this point. This has no power over
She's an
me.
unmarried woman of marriageable age. She should be dancing the pole.
Like all the good Christian girls, that she should be dancing the pole with the others.
Gawain could look after himself. He'd done a competent job of that in the past. Had he?
No.
Too competent.
Her read on that situation is poor. Piss poor.
She's also like, man, it's kind of fucked up that Big Titty Maid Girl was a Forsaken.
Sure, did you know that the origin of the term piss poor is because at one point at a certain level of poverty, they'd sell their pee so that they could tan.
Tan stuff.
Yeah, and so you were referred to as piss poor.
Huh.
And then, it gets weirder. So then, this is linguistic facts with Allie. Then, if some families were too poor to have like a receptacle in which to put their pee to sell, and they were referred to as so poor they didn't have a pot to piss in.
Sure. Interesting.
And that's where that comes from.
That makes sense.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
I learned that and I was shook.
Well, Egwene is
shooketh.
I can't believe that Big Titty Maid Girl was a Forsaken. Sure is a good thing that she literally never did fucking anything.
Oh my god, I know. She could have done anything to Egwene. She could have given her a fucking aneurysm.
She just gave her some headaches. So, what else had the woman done
Granted, if they were migraine level, that is evil.
What hidden knots would the Aes Sedai stumble over? What traps had she laid? Maybe there are some. We'll find out. Did
she put a kill switch in Egwene's brain?
Maybe.
Did she put What's that thing?
Maybe I've been fucking with you this whole time.
What's that thing where she goes, rutabaga, and then Egwene like goes,
what is that, Manchurian
and
candidate?
then she like raises her eyes again. She's like got red eyes, and she's like, I'm killing everyone.
It's like the that one Star Trek episode where Geordi gets brainwashed.
What is that word? Like, what is the word?
Sleeper agent?
Like a sleeper agent. She just turned Egwene into a sleeper agent.
Maybe she did,
Egwene
man.
just wakes up and starts cracking necks.
Maybe I've been fucking with you. I'm talking about, Halima did nothing, and actually there's like a whole sequence.
Dude, what if?
Like during the last battle, Egwene just flips.
Egwene just changes her? That'd be fucking crazy.
Maybe I've just been gaslighting you this whole time.
That would be fucking great. And I'm here the whole time like, this is so boring. What is
and everybody's like,
doing?
You don't even know.
And then it's like, Egwene, what would be the funniest word that she could say? Okay.
Bosom.
She goes, Egwene, bosom. And Egwene goes like, and it's like, the music goes, boom, boom, boom. And then some gal comes in, it's like, Amberlin, and Egwene just goes, cracks her neck, and we're like, shit.
You were so tired 10 minutes ago.
Still so tired. I have the zoomies right before I fucking die.
So.
And then she like walks out and it's like dark outside and like someone stumbles upon the body and starts screaming, and Egwene like is like stone faced, maybe like a hint of a smile as she like walks into the darkness.
I'd watch it. Maybe that's what happens.
And then she just starts cracking necks. They call her Egwene the Kraken.
Could be. Here. I don't know. You're gonna have to read and find out.
Cracking
you got 3 books left.
That's
Allie
so
keeps
fucking
manipulating my skull while she's doing this. It's quite interesting. So.
Like not a neck is safe around Egwene.
I don't know why it's got to be. She can channel.
But it's so much
it's
more
funnier. She's just breaking people's fucking. Oh my god!
Like she's just fucking doing it. She's just fucking doing it herself. Like she can channel it, but she lives for the feeling of that neck snapping beneath her fingers.
So she's got some meetings with some Aes Sedai.
What if this happens?
Maybe it does. I can't tell you. It might.
That'd be fucking nuts. Brandon's just like, all right, now we've got Terminator Egwene.
We're just gonna lean in here. How do they break it? If that's what happens, does Egwene die, or do they break it somehow?
They break it somehow. No, maybe she dies, because I have been long saying that Egwene might be one of the ones who dies. She and Rand get into like a Wanda Vision level showdown, and they're in the air. And then stupid Rand's like, I can't kill women. So the Nynaeve throws a fucking plate at Nynaeve. No, they keep talking about herbs and shit. It's herbs.
She just poisons her.
Shoves some fucking belladonna down her throat.
Hey man, I don't know.
The winds are whipping around.
I'm just saying, I think it would be a pretty.
And Nynaeve's like, you want to spill some herbal tea? Shoves that belladonna right in her fucking gob.
I'm just saying, I think it'd be a pretty tragic conclusion for any character, but especially such a competent leader, to have her brain be broken and then have to be put down. That'd be pretty rough.
We're not prepared. We're not prepared.
So,
Sleeper Agent Egwene. She's coming.
So she's got some meetings. She's going down to her meetings.
I don't know if this is a real prediction or not.
Why not? Why not?
But it would be pretty funny.
She goes down to
in like a horrible way
to meet with Benny.
Benny!
There you go. Thank you. I'm glad we did that.
Obviously.
That is a Benny and the Jets reference.
Benny and the Jets. My favorite thing is, oh God, what was his name? There's this great comedian who I love, who I follow on TikTok. It was like, the end of that fucking song sounds like Elton John is slowly having a meltdown because the song won't end. And if you listen to it, it's fucking true. It's just like, Betty, 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 and the Jets. And my voice is so dead. Okay. But, and then he's just like, and then it's still happening. He's like, Benny, Benny. It's like so funny. He's just like keep expecting the song to be over and it's like still not fucking over.
So she goes down to Benny's office or Benny's room.
Benny!
And what's Benny want? Petey's flip. What the fuck is going on? Petey's like, I'm trying to sleep. Petey has also been a little under the weather, so we've been dealing with that.
Take a picture of him. Oh wait, no.
Now he's scratching his head.
He's scratching his head. Oh my god, it's so cute.
So
oh, did you hear that, America? And the world.
Like probably half of our listeners are not American. Actually, no. Weirdly, I think it's only like 10%, 15%.
Of what?
Of our listeners.
Are.
Not American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So.
Europe, why don't you love us more?
I have the stats. I could actually pull this up, but I am exhausted. And also I don't have my computer because of the studioing. So she goes to Benny's room. What's Benny want to talk about? Why did Benny call her? I know it's Benet. I'm calling her Benny because it's funnier.
Benet? As in Jean Benet Ramsey? Absolutely not. Are we calling her Benet?
Benet.
Benet.
I gotta be careful with my voice.
Legally
still.
required.
Okay.
Is how you say her name.
I've also got a cough drop in my mouth right now, so sorry if that's getting in the way. Ellie is going back to the... I'm glad that this is our return. This janky fucking nonsense we're doing. This is good. The people were like, oh yeah, wheel takes. Oh, I should give them a shot. Benny! Oh, I'm done with that.
No, if you can't handle me at my Benny, you don't deserve me at my... I'm trying to think of any time we've ever been professional in our lives.
It's never
This is a really accurate representation of what we're like, actually. Please leave. Yeah.
So what does Benny want?
If we're not for you, we're not going to get better.
What does Benny want?
Benny has a question.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, so, and this is like me at like 13 years old trying to get advice from my mom without making it obvious that it's about me.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, so, okay, I have a friend. You don't know her. And
she goes to a different tower.
She goes to a different school. She goes to a different tower. And she's got this boyfriend who's in Canada. And you don't know him either. And like they are maybe thinking about kissing for the first time. And I don't know. Like it's like that.
It's like that.
And Egwene's like, you're not subtle. You're an old woman. How did you not learn subtlety by now?
Suppose that you were in a situation where you were in conflict with some members of your own Aja. You've happened upon information you weren't supposed to know, and your Aja's leaders are quite upset with you. Suddenly you find yourself being sentenced to some most unpleasant duties, as if they're trying to sweep you under the rug and forget about you. Tell me, in this situation, how would you react? And Egwene is like, wow, what a funny hypothetical, woman who I told about the 13th depository.
I have this friend, you don't know her, with a boyfriend, you don't know him, who's got a weird shaped dingle dongle. Like,
so what was the advice? What do we come up with?
What would you do?
What do we come up with here?
She's like, I think that you should start hanging out with the other Ajas because they're not your enemy.
That is a different
That's a different one? Oh, wait. Was this?
This is the 13th depository because she told Benai about the 13th
well, she's
depository.
like, well, seem chill and maybe they'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
Was basically the answer. And Benny goes like, that's fucking genius. And I'm like, is that not common sense?
Yeah, she's like, tell them that they didn't leak the information so they don't have to worry about that. And then be like, yo, I already know about this. Why not promote me? She's doing the Socrates version of a defense.
Beignet literally was like, I have never learned subtlety or social skills in my life.
Do you get
I have been reading books for 30,000 years, and I have not learned subtlety or social skills.
For context, the Socrates thing, when Socrates, the Greek philosopher, was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth, he had the opportunity to defend himself. It's called the Apology of Socrates. And he stood up and said, I think instead of sentencing me to death, you should give me free lunch for life. And then he sat down. And they were like, we're still going to have you put to death. And he stood up and he went, y'all are some dumb motherfuckers. And in 4,000 years, people are still going to be talking about how y'all are some dumb motherfuckers. Now, where's my goddamn hemlock?
He's not wrong. People still talk about how dumb it is that he was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth.
They just didn't like him.
Yeah.
And they didn't like his writings, and they thought it was corrupting the youth, and they were like, sure, we'll put him to death.
People
we can
put
justify
people to
that.
death for some wild bullshit.
Anyway, they talk for a minute, and then Egwene goes to meet with Nagora. Let's go, lesbians. And
let's go, lesbians. Let's go, lesbians.
They're all asking her for advice, right?
But not in like an Amerlin way.
Yeah, but in like
we're gonna ask a 20-year-old for advice because, you know, vibes.
It's a respect thing, right? They're respecting her.
I know, but like in an Amerlin way. But they're trying to act like they don't see her as an Amerlin. I'm like, y'all see her as an Amerlin. Do not even play with me.
And then she goes to Suana. And Suana is the one who is like, hey, you should join the Yellow. And Egwene is like, I can't join an Aja. I'm the Amerlin. And Suana's like, well, the Amerlin usually comes from an Aja. And Egwene is like, this is cool, but also no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not about that. And then they talk. Suana's the one who is like, well, you know, the other Ajas are just being really petty and stupid and bullshit. And like, I don't think there's any reason going to talk to them because they're all being assholes. And Egwene is like, they probably feel the same way about you. So, you know, maybe talk to them. And then she leaves. And what is notable about these 3 meetings that she's had, among other things?
That everyone was asking her for advice?
Nobody gave her a penance.
Oh, that too.
So she goes to meet with Meidani.
They're like, Dear Eggy. This is Dear Eggy.
Dear Eggy. Well, now I don't know if the title should be Dear Eggy or Let's Go Lesbians.
Or Sleeper Agent Egwene.
Oh, you cracked my neck that time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did I? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to hurt
no,
you.
it's okay. It didn't hurt. It felt good.
Wait,
nice.
now do me. Now do me.
I am not going to do anything to your neck. I am terrified of necks. I'm not going to touch your neck.
I don't have the same reserves because I'm Sleeper Agent Egwene.
Mm-hmm. So we're actually going to take a really quick ad break, and then we'll continue.
Egwene.
Are you done?
You know when you make yourself laugh and then you get soft?
Yes. All right.
I'm so funny.
All right, welcome back. She goes to see Meidani, who is the spy who is also been enlisted by the...
Meidani's like, welcome to our meeting that will just be the 2 of us meeting.
Yeah.
Meeting in this meeting place, meeting. Yeah. All by ourselves, no one coming, meeting.
Oh, Petey, are you hot? Are you panting? Oh, that's a noise. That's a sound. All right. That's a fucking sound and a half.
You got to hear our dog's horrible mouth sounds.
So
but they're kind of cute.
So Meidani calls Egwene, and they start talking, and they, talking about the whole thing and doing the business. And what do they talk about, Al?
They talk about her sudden yet inevitable betrayal.
What?
Meidani. They're like, you're a spy. And she's like, I need to leave the tower. And Egwene is like, I, as your Amerlin, order you to stay. And she's like, well, I kind of have to leave for reasons.
Is that what they talk about?
Yes.
Her leaving?
Yes. See?
Cool. I missed that. She's, why don't you leave? She's like, I can't tell you that. She's like, well, yeah, I thought you were accepting that I'm the Amerlin. She's like, I do. She's like, well, then tell me. She's like, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you why.
Petey's making the worst
Petey's making atrocious
right
mouth sounds.
Petey,
please, baby. Please stop. We're going to pause while Petey makes horrendous mouth noises. Just a second. Okay, I think we've hit a pause point on the mouth sounds. So, never mind. Hold on. So she goes, It is obvious that you do not understand the gravity of our situation. Either you accept my authority, or you accept that of Elida. There is no middle ground, Meidani. And I promise you this. If Elida retains the Amerlin seat, you will find her treatment of those she sees as traitors to be quite unpleasant. And then Meidani does not tell her, because, again, oaths, and Egwene is like, wow, you fucking turncoat? Damn, you fucked us, didn't you? You fucked us. And the next snapper... No.
And then next snapper, Super Agent Egwene comes in.
He goes, what? No, I never betrayed our cause. How could you think I'd support that horrid woman? I hate what she's done to the tower.
That we need to snap her neck.
And Egwene is like, oh, there's some oath fuckery, isn't there? Some oath shit. Why are you, like, hanging out with Elida if you hate her so much? She's like, well,
let's go, lesbians.
We used to fuck.
We used to be Let's Go Lesbians
we used
together.
to fuck.
We Home Depot'd once upon a time.
U-Hauled? That's the Home Depot is very different from U-Haul.
I mixed up my lesbian metaphor.
We Home Depot'd. We did renovations on the weekends, if you know what I mean. And no, Meidani, I don't know what you mean.
We drilled all kinds of shit.
My God. Yeah, she's
hammered, nailed.
We were pillow friends during our days as novices. The others decided that if I were to renew the relationship...
picked out many a decorative lamp, if you know what I mean.
Perhaps it would lead to my gaining valuable information.
Wait, you missed Plant Mommy. Swanna. We skipped over Plant Mommy.
What do you want to talk about Swanna?
She's just a plant mommy.
Okay.
She's a plant lesbian.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da.
There you go.
No, that's like Swanna, really?
Yeah.
Swan and Swanna?
Yeah.
We can't.
Swanna, Seaine,
I'm
Seaine.
suing Robert Jordan's estate. The lawsuit has been filed.
So she continues talking to Meidani, and she's like, okay, why the fuck are you being cagey? What are you being cagey about?
Sleeper Agent Egwene.
Why are you being cagey?
Sleeper Agent Egwene.
And she goes, I can't. Yes, you can't.
Like breaking a bunch of grocery store eggs.
You can't tell me what is wrong. I suspect the 3 oaths are involved, though light knows how.
How about a dozen eggs?
We can work around the problem. You can't tell me why you've remained in the tower, but can you show me? And she's like...
Looks like your egg just got cracked.
She's like, maybe? I don't know. I can try. I might be able to show you. So what do?
They get yoked together.
Where are the egg? What do we do? Eggs? What?
I don't know. I was trying to come up with a catchphrase for Sleeper Agent Egwene.
What? Is it because of egg?
Yeah.
The rotten egg? I don't know.
Oh, it was that.
We have the bad egg. The bad egg was Egwene.
Yeah. She's excellent.
So Egwene shows Meidani how to make a gateway. And Meidani's like, the fuck is this? She's like, gateways, traveling. And Meidani's like, we forgot how to do that like a billion
Well, apparently
years
we
ago.
Remembered.
Egwene is like, I was having a meeting with a Forsaken and I was just like, does it look like this? Which is still one of my favorite moments in the entire series.
I also love Egwene constantly humble bragging in this chapter. She's like, even though I am like literally roofied right now,
Good
I
for
am
her.
one of the best in the tower.
Here's the other thing that I think gets glossed over a lot. Egwene had zero help rediscovering traveling.
No, literally Egwene is so fucking annoying and I love her.
She was like, I think I have an idea how this might work. And then Maggedion was like, it's like, XYZ thing. But, I'm not going to show you. And Egwene's like, oh, is it this?
Being Egwene's like normal skilled friend would be so annoying.
Probably.
Oh my God. No wonder her only friend is Nynaeve in the town. Yeah, her similarly annoyingly
equally
skilled
powerful
friends.
Friend, yes.
Yeah, you don't see her hanging out with Nicola on the reg. That's because she's completely insufferable, but I love her. I love her for it. Continue to be insufferable, Egwene.
So she makes a gateway. Meidani makes a gateway to the basements, and Egwene was like, well, okay, cool. So, we got out of your room, so now I don't have my handlers following me, but at the same time, we're going to have to go all the way back up the fucking stairs to get to whatever it is you want to show me.
She's like, I'm gateway there. I'm not going upstairs anymore. Yeah. I would totally do that.
Oh, I forgot to mention also, we talk a little bit more about how the rooms have rearranged themselves.
Oh,
Spooky.
Yeah? Spooky.
Meidani-
What is this? A rotating stage? Is this Hadestown? Is this Hamilton?
What?
Is this Les Miserables?
What did turntables have to do with this?
The rotating set, the changing scenery.
Oh, okay.
What don't they have to do with this?
I'm very tired.
This is the dark one. Okay, ready? This is the dark one.
She's got a pillow.
With the tower rooms.
Uh-huh.
In the eye of the hurricane,
okay.
it is quiet
Now this is a visual joke.
for just
And as
a
we all know,
moment.
podcasting is a visual medium.
Yes, it is.
She's doing
I don't give a shit about any of them. I am just trying to fuck with you.
She's doing the thing where in
In
Hamilton
the eye
they like
of the hurricane. They know what I'm
dramatically
doing.
move
They
chairs.
know what I'm doing. They know what I'm doing. If any of you have seen Hamilton, you know what I'm doing. And if you haven't, you're a fucking Philistine. What's wrong with you? You contrarian
kind of hard to get
motherfucker.
tickets for quite a long time.
You can watch it on Disney Plus.
Oh, you can?
Yes,
I
they
didn't know
recorded it in 2020. You can watch it on Disney Plus at any time. At any time.
News to me.
At any moment.
Nobody told me.
So at this point, you're just a contrarian. Also, everyone references this on TikTok 24 hours a day.
I have seen
and if
none
you
of
are
this on
chronically
TikTok.
online, like I know every single person in the Wheel of Time fandom is, yes, this is a call out.
It's Collin.
It's Collin.
It's us too.
It's us too. But yeah, they know what I'm doing. So, okay, ready? This is the dark one, moving the tower around. Are we ready?
Yes.
In the eye of the hurricane, it is quiet for just a moment. I don't know the rest of the song. Because this is my least favorite song in Hamilton. It's not close. It's not close. And it's supposed to be the most impactful.
So, yeah, they go down and she's like, here's where we are. Fuck, I could show you this. Cool. And Meidani goes in and this warder is like, what's with this weird sassy child? And
he reaches for his fucking weapon.
He almost does.
And I'm like, that is too much, my guy. That is too much.
And who's in there?
Who's in where?
In the room.
Oh, it's Yukiri.
Yeah.
And the other ones.
Yeah, Yukiri, Shayna, Sharon, and the Seaine.
Is Pavara in there?
Pavara's
my girl
not...
in yours, Pavara?
I don't think Pavara's in there.
You know what? That's probably good news because I feel like Pavara would have been like, Black Aja, and like just started blasting. Pavara would have gone from 0 to 1,000 in about 5 seconds. Pavara has no chill.
Yeah, Pavara's not here.
It's really good news. Pavara was told about this after the fact.
Shayna, Sharon...
Because she heard about it and started blasting anyway.
Shayna, Sharon, Yukiri, and Seaine. And they see Egwene come in and Shayna goes, "What have you done?" And they're like, okay, well...
Is this my favorite episode of this podcast?
It might be.
It's so unhinged.
I just love this chapter because the Black Aja...
So many times do people like, Allie and Gus were so on edibles during this episode. And I'm like, actually, no.
No.
There's only 2 episodes of this podcast I think I've ever been on edibles for.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Yeah, and you have to figure out which ones they are.
I used to occasionally do episodes where I'd had a drink or two. I haven't done that in like a long time. I don't really drink
we are
that much.
stone cold sober right now.
Somebody,
Believe it or not.
Somebody brought up...
We're just fucking funny.
Somebody brought up a ballad episode where apparently we had gone to happy hour and then come home and recorded 2 hours of ballad, and I continued to drink. Terrible idea. And then midway through the episode, it cuts to the next day, and I'm like, hello, it's the next morning. I'm okay. Talking about the Hunger Games while tipsy. Wild thing to do.
Wild
All right,
shit.
always drink responsibly. So...
In the eye of the hurricane, it is quiet.
So, what is the Black... I just love that we're getting Black Aja Hunters. It's a crossover episode.
I love it.
I love the Black Aja Hunters. I've said before, they're my favorite, D-plot in the series.
No, literally, it's me going, let's go, lesbians.
Yeah.
Let's go, lesbians.
And now
it's
Egwene
all
is
the
like,
appeal of Agatha all along.
I haven't watched it yet.
I know, but I've seen enough clips to know that I am going to love it.
It is. I saw somebody, it was Kat, posted a meme on Twitter that was like, John Mulaney, the horse used the elevator.
I didn't
know they knew how to do that. It was that, but it said, Disney used the canon lesbians.
I didn't know they knew how to do that. And then everyone's like, I don't get it. And then all the queers are like, it's not for you. It's not for you. Every fucking other thing is for you. Let us have one fucking thing that's for us.
You good?
No.
All right. So, I don't want to just talk at you too much. Any thoughts on this? You know, how does this go?
I don't think you're the one talking at me. I think I have been an utter chaos goblin this entire episode. No, this is one of the best chapters we've read.
I love this chapter, dude.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Dude, I'm having so much fun this book. Can we discuss?
This is a banger.
This is a fucking banger book. 10 out of 10. I'm so pleased. We've got the lesbians all together. We've got Plant Mommy lesbians. We've got Home Depot lesbians. We've got daddy lesbians.
What?
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Who is the daddy lesbian?
Oh.
Is it
one of them's giving me
Sharon?
vibes.
Sharon? Yeah, it is Sharon.
See, I was like, yes.
Sharon is for sure daddy lesbian.
Yes, daddy lesbian. Come on now. We've got femme lesbians. We've got chaos bisexuals. We've got twinks and twonks. This book got so gay. Since Brandon took over, it makes no sense.
I'm here for it, man.
It makes
I'm all about
sense.
It. So
he's like, I'm gonna add a little Mormon sparkle to this book.
They're like, Meidani, you broke your fucking oath. And Egwene is like, a what? Her what? Beg pardon? Her what? She's like, oh, fuck, man. Did I accidentally stumble into the Black Aja headquarters?
And then Sleeper Agent Egwene wakes up. It's just can't stop cracking.
Shayna's like, this is very unexpected. We'll take extra care with the wording of your future orders, Meidani. Because Meidani's like, well, you said I couldn't tell anybody. You didn't say I couldn't show anybody.
Sylviana hasn't been beating her in a while because Egwene just is like crawling on the ceiling. Sylviana just stopped beating her because she's like, I don't know what to do. She's crawling on the fucking ceiling, man. Her head's spinning around 7,000 degrees.
Egwene goes, you gave her a fourth oath, didn't you?
Her head's just spinning like the top at the end of Inception. Just over and over and over again.
What under the light were you thinking? And they're like, girl, shut the fuck up. We didn't say you could talk. And Egwene goes, the Armerlin needs no leave to speak. What have you done here, Yukiri? You betray all that we are.
Dum.
The oaths are not to... The oaths are not to be used as tools of division. Has this entire tower gone as insane as Elida? And they're like, well, we kind of needed to, you know, I can't really explain, but we kind of had to do this for reasons. Egwene is like, oaths of obedience? Outrageous.
How dare you, ma'ams? Who does that in my hall? I would never, personally, as Egwene Alvir the Armerlin, do anything of the sort, ma'ams. I am appalled, astounded. My sentiments as an American and a Christian are outraged by your actions in this.
Shayna goes, sometimes difficult decisions must be made. We cannot have dark friends among the Aes Sedai, and measures have been taken to search them out. We here each prove to Meidani that we are not friends of the Shadow, and so there can be no harm in making her give an oath to us. Excuse me. And Gwen is like, oh, fuck, man, these are Black Aja hunters. That's cool as hell. Okay. That's fair.
Totally spies.
That's fair, but also the oath thing is a little overkill. We can set that aside for now. What of Elida herself? Have you determined if she is of the Black? Who gave you this charge, and how did your cabal form? And Yukiri is like, why are we talking to the child?
Because this child is uncanny, like Renesmee from Twilight. It's giving Renesmee.
So there's a lot of catching up on things amongst one another.
Egwene.
Egwene.
Egwene. Renegade over here.
And they debate what to do about Egwene being in there. And, you know, they're like, oh, you know, it's good. We'll tell you to do penance. And Egwene is like, people are going to be very confused as to why any of you gave me penance because I'm not supposed to have met with you. And they go, oh, we'll tell Meidani to do it. She goes, well, Meidani won't. And they go, well, we'll order her to. And she's like, well, that's kind of fucked up. And that seems like something Elida would do.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we've become the very thing we swore to destroy.
Is that Palpatine?
I don't remember what the fuck that was from. I just did a
Become
voice.
the very thing we swore to destroy.
Obi-Wan, isn't it? What are you?
Egwene sleeper agent.
She fully turned around, laid down on the floor, and then like sat up. There's a lot happening.
That was not as funny as you could have described it.
I'm tired, man. It was really funny.
She sat up. Oh, I know.
She like Terminator style, like turned her head. It was great.
Yeah. It
was great.
No, I Frankenstein's monstered.
Oh, the dog is now dreaming. He's running in his sleep. You're not going to be able to hear anything. Unfortunately, he's not making any noise.
Not yet.
Maybe if he does,
maybe then he'll do his little sleep borgs.
What are we doing?
Going insane.
Yeah.
We've been going insane for 4 years now.
Dude, yeah. You know the fun thing, too, about doing a show all weekend while you're working all week?
What?
You never have a fucking break.
You know what's fun about being an artist while also having to be alive in this economy?
You never have a fucking break.
Never.
Yeah.
Never one time.
It's fun. I'm not complaining. It's just tiring.
I'm complaining a little.
Nah. So,
I'm just kidding.
So she goes, this is why an oath of obedience is a terrible idea. No woman should have this much power over another. What you have done to these others is only one step shy of compulsion. I'm still trying to decide if this abomination is in any way justified. The way you treat Meidani and the others will likely sway that decision. And Yukiri is like, once again, why are we talking to it?
Renesmee. Because she's Renesmee.
We're speaking with her because she seems determined to make herself a nuisance.
I'm going to hear from people for comparing Egwene to Renesmee.
Sit down, Yukiri. I will deal with the child. And, so they lay out their whole thing, and Sharon is like, all right, look, beating your ass apparently isn't working, so let me try to talk you out of being Amerlin. For one thing, you're weak as shit because of the fork root. And Egwene is like, oh, is that a factor in whether or not someone is the Amerlin?
Also, that is a temporary problem. We could easily stop giving me fork root at any juncture.
And Sharon is like, well, no, it's not
now
a prerequisite.
The question is, if she drank a buckload of water, could she pee out the fork root faster?
I doubt it. Maybe.
Could you dilute the effects of fork root by drinking a fuckload of water?
I don't think so, because I assume it's like...
if she took a gallon of water and just drank that as fast as she could.
I assume that much like most medications, fork root has, for lack of a better term, a half-life.
Okay, so it's not like alcohol.
I don't think so. I think it's... Well, even alcohol, like drinking water will make you feel better because you're hydrated, but your body metabolizes alcohol at a given rate, mostly.
Well, you kind of like pee out the poison eventually.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. But once it's out of your bloodstream, it's not affecting you.
No.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm just coming up with creative solutions.
No, you know what? I get it.
I'm here to brainstorm.
You've been demoted.
You hear that? Shh. That's my brainstorm.
You've been demoted to novice. Only Elida's foolish enough to assume one can remove an Aes Sedai's rank. She should never have been allowed to assume she had that power in the first place. If she didn't assume it, Sharon said, then you would be dead, girl. And Egwene goes, sometimes I feel it would be better to be dead than to see what Elida has done to the women of this tower. They're like, damn, that was hard as fuck. Allie's reading Peanuts comics on her phone.
No, your mom sent me a Peanuts comic and it was really cute.
That's really sweet, actually. Which one was it? Oh, it's got a tiny ghost.
You can include it. Wait. It's got Woodstock.
That's adorable.
Making a jack-o'-lantern out of a grape.
Woodstock made a jack-o'-lantern out of a grape.
Your mom sent it to me.
That is very cute. That is justified. Mm-hmm. Not that you need to justify things.
Here, I'll send it to you. You can put it in the episode description.
Excellent.
That'll be in exchange for notes.
The Peanuts comic?
Yeah.
I'm into it, dude. So, Sharon goes, or Shayna goes, your claims are completely irrational. Elida is the Amerlin because she was raised properly by the Hall. Therefore, you can't be Amerlin.
It was illegal.
She was raised after a shameful and unorthodox removal of Swan Sanche from the seat.
Mic drop.
Tell me this. Have you interrogated any women who are currently sitters?
Mic drop.
Have you found any blacks among them? And
Mic
she's
drop.
like,
well, let's not say it like that.
Black Aja among them? You have. It makes sense. If I were a member of the Black, I'd try very hard to get one of my fellow dark friends named as a sitter. Now tell me this. Were any of these black sitters among those who raised Elida?
Mic drop.
Did any of them stand to depose Swan? Answer me.
Drop mic.
And Seaine is like, Yeah, that did. Yeah.
We dropped so many mics, we have to pick one back up just to drop it again.
Swan was deposed by the bare minimum number of sitters required. One of them was black, making her vote invalid.
Ooh.
You stilled and deposed your Amerlin, murdering her warder, and you did it unlawfully.
Ooh.
And Shane is like,
unlawfully.
Shit, man, she logicked the fuck out of me there.
This is Elle Woods at the end of Legally Blonde.
Great film.
1.
Great film.
Incredible film.
And Yukiri is like, well,
She would have found you with a gun in her hand to make your story you would have found Brooke Wyndham with a gun in her hand to make your story plausible.
She's like, look, man, I assume a lot of Amerlins have been raised by some Black Aja. And Egwene is like, oh, did any of them have the minimum quorum?
Do you know what happens when your curls get wet after a perm?
It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. This is Egwene right now. She's Elle Woodsing.
So
I've compared her to Elle Woods.
This is great,
Renesmee, the Terminator, the Eggonator.
Frankenstein, apparently. I read that recently. I hadn't read it before.
And then someone goes, Egwene? That's what it's gonna be. I don't know if this is a real theory or not.
Really you know what? You don't have to commit.
I'm like, that would be so amusing to me. Also horrible, but amusing to me.
So Egwene,
that's how Elaine dies. Oh,
Yukiri is like, sorry, did you have more to say? I'm sorry, go ahead.
And then she's like, time to cut out the baby.
It's fucked up.
It would be fucked up. Brandon, don't do it.
Yukiri is like,
do it. Don't do it.
Well, you got raised by a bunch of fakes. And Egwene is like, okay, cool. Which Amerlin would you rather follow? The one who's been making novices and accepted out of Aes Sedai, banishing an entire Aja, and causing divisions in the tower more dangerous than any army that ever assaulted it? A woman who was raised partially through the help of the Black Aja? Or would you rather serve the Amerlin who is trying to undo all of that?
Boo.
And Egwene is like, Elida's really weird.
Like,
has anybody acknowledged that Elida's really weird?
Really weird. She's really weird.
So Sharon is like, well, we're here now. We can't really change anything that already happened. And Egwene is like, no, yeah, that's true. We can fix things going forward,
And then they're like, forgot about the future. Shit, I completely forgot about the future. Wow. I can't believe I forgot that the future exists.
I mean, they don't say that exactly, but they are like, they don't chastise her. They're like, you made some valid points.
You're right, Gus. I need to be exactly accurate as to their reactions on here. Definitely not do things for comedic effect.
I am only saying that.
Because you know that somebody would be like, that's not how they reacted.
Yes, I'm just clarifying, that's all, yeah. So
I know.
Yeah, they're kind of on board, by and large. Egwene is like, y'all have the oath rod? And they're like, no. She's like, it sucks. I would have taken those oaths if I could, because I'm all about that as fucks now. I love those little bitches. Oath me up. You good?
I love those little bitches.
I love them little bitches.
It's too bad you don't have oaths for me to take. I'd eat them up right now. And then I'd Sleeper Agent. Sleeper Agent. We are going insane.
This is a lot, dude.
Someone's going to be like, you all took edibles. I swear to God. I'll be like, no, we didn't. We did not. We actively are sober. It's actively a Sunday afternoon.
And she leaves, and I'm sober as shit. I got a show in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, they didn't spank your ass. That's amazing. And Egwene is like, yeah, because they're actually intelligent. They're actually, like, thinking at all. Like, them and Sylviana. They and Sylviana are the only ones who are actually thinking. And Meidani's like, doesn't Sylviana beat your ass, like, 17 times a day? And she's like, yeah. She's cool, though. We get along. She's smart. Meidani goes, you really are the Amerlin. Egwene goes, come on, I need to get back before those Reds grow suspicious. And that's the end of Chapter 12. Thanks for listening, everyone. We have social media if you want to know what we've got going on. It's linked down below. We also have a Patreon if you want to support us that way. It's patreon.com/wheeltakes. And you can always leave us a rating or a review, which helps a lot. Other than that, anything else, Allie? She's doing the neck thing again. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
That was me powering down.
Oh, okay, I did.